Good afternoon. It is Friday the 13th, 2017, in the month of October. And we had a great day of trading. I kind of joked this morning saying if we had a bad day, we'd know what to blame it on Friday the 13th. But everything before the lunch hour just worked as the trades are supposed to in all the markets we covered. So good day of trading. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, results may have under overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account well is likely to achieve profit losses similar to those shown. Okay, here we have the E-mini. We like the long side of the market. We had resistance at 54, 55 this morning. Then it jumped up to 58 to 60. As always, failure to take out and hold the current highs, which was 53.50. It's now 55.50. As always, a signal to sell, but it looks like we're in a position right now. We've made a new contract high, and we're in a position to get a new contract, a higher close than we've had before. So looking for a close in this 25.54 area. That said, quite often we get a quick sell-off into the close as people take profits before the weekend. A couple of trades right here. Retest failure on a 2-lot was good for 3. Mean green, retest failure, buy, good for 4 on a 2-lot. Maybe 2 points on a 2-lot. Right in here, maybe another 3 points. Mean green trade, if you waited forever, was good for 4. 6 attempts to go higher, if you waited forever, was good for 4. So again, a very, very tight trading range. 5 points for the whole day so far. Very, very difficult to make a lot of money quickly in that scenario. F1 and F2 are going to say find a place to buy it. I know it's kind of well duh, but it's just the way that it is. And again, we're going to be put in that same situation. Failure to take out and hold 55, sell failure. 59.60 makes sell 2. On the buy side, 49.51 and 45.47 for buy 2. Some big things happened today. Obamacare, that's actually positive for the economy, and the market took it that way. Not certifying Iraq's nuclear accord deal is absolutely based on the facts and what they're supposed to do and what they have done, is absolutely the correct action. Market kind of shrugged that off. Certifying the Iranian Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization, which they've been since 1979, is the correct thing to take. It's common sense. It's right there in front of you. Somebody finally did it. And of course the left is all in a tizzy about it. But we all know where appeasement ends, and eventually you have to fight the war on much worse circumstances than you would have if you'd engaged earlier. Hard to do in a democracy because you don't have the political capital to do much preemptively. Not like dictators who can do pretty much what they want preemptively. Okay, do an S split here, potential move out of the middle. Economic news today. CPI has not hit the Fed's target for the last 6 months. Goldman Sachs is coming back and saying maybe they won't raise interest rates in December. The hurricane impacted numbers this morning. Retail sales weren't as high as they were supposed to be, so we had news that took us higher. So F1 says find a place to buy it. F2 confirms that. So right here, selling 23s to 27s, sell 1. 31 to 03, sell 2. On the buy side, we had a 17 to 21. Let's make it 16 to 20. Let them get stops beneath 20. And then 9 to 13. There's another thing going in the Treasury market is that it's as short as that market has ever been. So a short squeeze is a real possibility here, which would add fuel to the fire to the upside. Looking at the 30-year, it's interesting. My eye, if you ever have to go through this, is fine until I touch it. And then I'll hot compress, and then keeping my hands away from my face is the solution. But don't want to do that. Go through this again. Okay, 54 even, 54.04, number 1, sell 7 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, 24 to 28 is number 1. Buy 17 to 21. Buy 9 to 13. And we'll see how strong the bond market is on Monday. I expect to see a little selling on Sunday in London. Wonder how many more courageous Hollywood actors and actresses will come out and talk about all the sexual harassment that they've had to endure over the years. But this story's been around. I mean, since the 30s. The little old, fat, ugly men, underlining old and ugly, they had the wallets, they had the money. And if you're going to make it to the silver screen, some of you were going to go to bed. Some of them were going to go to bed with them, and it was pretty cut and dry. And not to say it's all those people's fault. Some males and females would be more than willing to go to bed with them to get up on the silver screen, and would try to find ways to get out and meet these guys to get there. So pretty incestuous bunch. Looking at gold, strong market. China's Golden Week was over, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of buying. China came back into the market. China's Golden Week last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of selling. So it shows you how big the Chinese market is to the gold market. Yeah, that probably would work. So, gold's trying to trade higher. We have this low volume area, 1305 to 1310. That's where resistance is. So, our 4 to 6 worked fine today. We'll make it 4 to 6 once again for sell 1. 9 to 11, sell 2. The buck to 02, buy 1. 95, 97, buy 2. But you know what is not generally accepted practice is that sexual harassment in the industry, television, movies, now Amazon and Netflix, all those, the independent production, the streaming studios. Some of these hirelings have taken their bosses' procedures to heart, and I have a feeling that Mr. Rice, or whatever his name is, out at Amazon, will be fed to the wolves to keep them away from Jeff Bezos, or Bezos, however you pronounce his name, who was in charge of creating the atmosphere where that stuff could happen. But he won't be touched. Looking at crude oil. Think about how deep that goes in the industry. What if you are a talent agency? And what do you tell your young stars or your ambitious young stars? Well, if you want to get this part, you have to do X, Y, Z, or be careful. This guy's a no. You know, I don't know what they would tell them. So I mean, this goes through the talent agencies. It permeates all of Hawaii, of Hollywood. Okay, 52 is pretty good resistance. We're at 39, so 51, 50, 52 and higher off of our F1 says looking for a place to sell it. F1 got a place to buy it right now. And our F2 screen is going to show buying also. Not a very strong profile. If we drop the A period, it's a P. Volume does move up a little bit, but it's it'd be interesting to see. So we'll stick with what we had this morning: 51.75, 52 sell 1, 52 and a quarter, 52.50 sell 2, 51 even, 50.75 buy 1, and 50 and a quarter, 50.50 buy 2. Iran's Revolutionary Guards will make some noise. Death to America. There will be some, I'm sure, attacks on our facilities. But being designated a terrorist group opens up different levels of responses from the United States that we haven't had before. Kind of separates the country of Iran from their terrorists a little bit. Not much. And looking at the euro, lower high and a lower low and a weak close right here. So the U.S. economy, the economy is a state of mind with the consumer sentiment being where it is. People are willing to forego a dollar today to make a dollar down the road. We'll see investments. If Trump can get that offshore money back onshore, if Trump can get his tax package through, good for the economy, good strong economic growth, that should take the euro lower. So we've got a seller at 119 plus. We had the breakout from 118.35 down here, so the market looks like it's going to try to test support at 118 even, 118.25. So 30 to 40 buy 1, a little bit lower. Put a question mark at 50. And then 118 even, 118.15 buy 2. On the sell side, 18.75 sell 1, 119 even sell 2. But you know, eventually the truth does come out, and what has been commonplace knowledge, I mean, everybody knew it, even we did. But now they're forced to report it. And we'll see how far this story goes. Lots of people will not want it reported or want it to go very far. And with that said, I wish y'all a great weekend. Hopefully your football teams win. I will record Tennessee's game. Probably won't watch it. Too painful to watch those guys, what we put on the field these days. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm out of here.